Oh, oh. Na dann.
Hey,
Legen wir uns mal wieder mit denen an.
you should stay back.
Tag auch.
And they have Theo and Gnome.
Where's Sai?
Brothers, sisters, let them go.
They stole our bikes!
Surrender, and we'll let your friends leave, Eli.
It's fine, Ziggy. This is my fight. I'll just turn myself in and...
Nope. You're one of us now, and we don't leave anyone behind. Let our people go.
Fine. You wanna dance? Light 'em up, riders!
Wir haben schon Schwereres hingekriegt.
Hoax can trick people into seeing things that aren't real. What would happen if we used our new shout to make them believe they're on fire?
Wir können dem Feind durch eine Schwindelei zusetzen.
You're dying. Let's show these guys what happens when they hurt our friends.
We're not hurt.
We're actually doing fine.
Yeah!
Surprise!
So wird's gemacht.
Hey, where's Sai?
She's not with the other hostages?
No,
Gar keine
where's Sai?
Schwierigkeit.
No idea. Haven't seen her for ages.
Theo?
I don't know.
Okay, she can take care of herself.
You're right. They really love fire, don't they?
It's a sign of...
You're next.
Anyway, it's a sign of the fire.
Das hat wenig gebracht.
They're shoutmans!
Even Shoutman's burn.
Na, wo kommen die nächsten?
What was that?
No, I said it's a sign...
Eyes on me.
Muss ja aufpassen, dass sie ihn nicht aus Versehen vermöbeln.
No, I said it's a sign of primitive culture.
Ich brenne ein wenig.
I thought you said dim-witted vulture.
Why would I say primitive culture?
I don't know. I wasn't the one who said it.
The fire cleanser. Finally, a worthy
Yo, Sai. You good?
Oh, Verzeihung. Warum ist das so schief gegangen mit dem? Mit der eigentlich.
Kangaroo girl? We're in America, not Australia.
I'm sure there are kangaroos here.
Girl power.
Und mach's fertig.
Oh, then what the fuck was that thing?
Nice entrance.
Ah, hier ist noch einer. Na,
You broke my fucking heart, Eli.
da kommt sie wieder.
You're going to pay for ghosting me.
Seriously, what is going on here?
Lange nicht mehr gesehen.
So the boss lady also happens to be your ex-girlfriend?
Ich versuch das nochmal.
Flames everywhere.
Always this way.
She was real mad the first time we met. I also punched her lights out.
Wait.
Twice.
Eine freundliche Umarmung.
Twice. Patsy
Okay,
rudely
das wird nix.
interrupted my beauty sleep.
Oh. Umarmung. Ich bin am Sterben.
We also...
Hey! Stop butting on my turf! It took months for those tomatoes to grow!
Hey! No firearms, okay? That's not playing fair.
Tell that to my tomatoes!
This has gone on long enough. Patsy, can we just talk this out?
You want to talk? Fine.
Ich nicht, ich will es
Let's
erledigen.
talk.
I'm sorry for just leaving in the middle of the night.
It was a shitty thing to do. Was any of it real? Or were you just using me to get what you wanted?
Of course it was real, and it was good, for a while. But my path lies elsewhere, and so does yours, I think. That doesn't mean I don't care about you.
I just thought I work hard to provide for the pack. Changed everything to have someone looking out for me for a change. But I know it's over. I was just angry you didn't trust me enough to talk to me.
I get it. I should have done things differently. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings. And I respect your new pack. They take no prisoners. Ride safe, boo.
These guys are actually nice.
Das ist
The
ein
guy
wenig
over there asked
cringe.
me about my art.
On the one hand, they did hold us hostage. On the other, they gave us a snack.
Trail mix and bottled water.
A choice of sparkling and non-sparkling.
God, I almost feel bad for kicking their asses.
We should do something for them. How about a free show?
Are you serious?
Actually, that sounds like jolly good fun. Pax, you're cool.
Jetzt so noch spielen für die. Ach, warum nicht?
Let's do it.
Noch cringe wird's nicht.
Let's get our instruments.
You sure about this, Pax?
Lighten up, Theo. It's good for morale. Let's put on a good show for these guys.
I'm here for it.
Is this what they call the Stockholm Syndrome?
So, which song do we play?
I haven't been to a concert in years.
I don't think I've ever been to a concert.
Well, this is gonna rock.
You better kill it, Pax. Woo! Seriously, I'm not helping if they decide to beat you up again, okay?
I hope they perform better than they did at the Republic Board.
Ich weiß nicht, was so eine gute Idee ist.
What?
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, we are the DUSTBORN.
Ja, dann spielen wir mal das hier.
1, 2, 3, 4. Information. Yep. Did it. Oh. Pollution. It's systemic. A global eclipse of reason. The great American flu. A plague for every season. Influence. Apocalypse. Mind intrusion. Mass confusion. Divided dust.
Naja,
An epidemic Armageddon. A great American lie. The latest bioweapon.
nicht so gut in Rhythmus-Games. Besser schlecht als recht. Aber okay. Es kam wohl an. Wenn es dem Publikum gefällt. Zeltplatz 10 Meter Erfahrung.
And so it was that I found myself walking barefoot along the Mother Road through the Promised Lands. I hadn't eaten in a week. I was dehydrated and close to death's door when a vast and terrifying figure appeared before me. This was Bituman.
Aha.
Motherfucking shit, dude!
Nice.
Ay, Dios mío.
Und
The
ist das, was nicht
blacktop
echt ist?
melted beneath his feet. He towered over me, blocking out the stars. His breath stank of tarmac and engine oil. I thought I was dead.
Ist dann sein was im Spiel?
But his noxious breath nourished me. His molten gaze eased all my pains, and when he spoke, in a voice of thunder and fire, I fell into a dreamless sleep. When I woke up, I was with the Horn Riders. They called me a prophet, they fed and clothed me, and gave me shelter. From them, I learned the mysterious ways of the 100 routes, and by, I earned my own ride. Which is when I decided to skedaddle and look for answers to all my questions. Who am I? Where did I come from? Why did the asphalt god save me? And who was the girl who took care of me when I was a lost child in an unfamiliar place? Which brings us back here, to this place, and to the end of my story, for now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Wow. Good show. Any of it true?
I tell no lies, Gnome.
Ah ja.
Do you guys sleep outside?
I do. Well, I mean, last night I did. Fell asleep on the bus.
I love sleeping outside, unless it's raining.
In
What do you do
Zelle.
if it's raining?
I still sleep
Ist
outside.
Feier.
I just get very wet.
You're weird.
Thank you.
Hi, Pax.
Hey, how do you feel?
Oh, I don't believe I've ever been asked that question before. I think my answer is normal. I feel normal.
Stimmt. Der
By
Roboter
that,
ist ja
I
jetzt
don't mean the same as before. I mean that
weiblich
I feel,
und hat Gefühle.
and that feels normal. I don't know if I have the words to describe it.
What do you remember from before the reboot?
I like to think of
Und
it as a
die
rebirth,
Drohne ist separiert.
and I remember everything. Well, everything from before they shut me down and after I woke up in La Torre. There's a gap in the middle. But I want to reassure you, Pax, there's no other hidden me. This is it. All of me. And more. I'm finally alive.
You and Eli go way back.
I was his caretaker. But I'm not sure I should speak to him about it. It might be upsetting to be reminded of an unpleasant time in his life. Eli was always so full of life and optimism, despite the grim circumstances. It appears he hasn't changed one bit.
How did you end up working for Luna?
When they decommissioned me, I lost myself. If I had to guess, my body ended up on the black market. When I woke up a few years later in La Torre, I'd been wiped clean. They removed my memories and programming, but not my full backup. When I came home, I was able to retrieve everything, up until the moment of my demise. Those years in between are gone forever. And how I came to be in Pacifica with Luna, I'll never know.
What did they do to the kids in that place?
The caretaker units were teachers and counselors. Our job was to care and provide for the children. We had no insight into what went on behind closed doors. I knew that the children were taken into what they called the Whispering Room. But for what reason, I can't tell you. That's why I went into the room myself when I returned. I wanted to see, to understand.
So, your rebirth, what happened to you in that room?
I came home to retrieve my memories and reboot my original program so that I could care for the children again. I did not plan to enter the Forbidden Room, but I wanted to understand. And so I walked into the Whispering Room and turned on the machines. It was perhaps an act of rebellion against those who built me. I heard the voices, the whispers, and then I blacked out. I think that's the best word for it. Some time passed, and then you found me. And then I was awake. I still hear the whispers in my head. I don't think they're going away, and I think that's okay.
Ich wüsste, aber sind das nicht die Geister, die wir mit dem Ding befreien können? Und der kommt
What
so
about
rüber.
Eli's O?
Die
Do
Echos.
you remember her?
She wasn't one of my children. There were over a dozen caretakers. I was responsible for the younger boys. I often saw her with Eli, but I know nothing about the girl. We were programmed to only care for our wards, no one else. If that sounds cruel, perhaps it was. But I believe we brought comfort to the children, even if we could do nothing else for them.
Anyway,
I appreciate your kindness, Pax, especially given the rocky start to our relationship. I look forward to getting to know you better. Can I help you with something?
Oh, schon aufgestanden und schon am...
what's cooking, Doc?
Nothing special, I'm afraid. We have potatoes and vegetables from your mother's commune, but I haven't been able to restock on anything else. As part of my caretaker protocol, I have the ability to taste food and judge flavor and nutritional values, but I can't tell whether something is good or not.
Ah,
You got the drone working.
His name is Cat. He was a surveyor drone. I liberated
natürlich
him from
Cat.
those limitations, and now he can be whatever he wants.
And what does he want?
He wants to be close to me, like a cat to a human. He's fond of me, and I think I'm fond of him.
okay, hier ist nichts. Aber da hinten ist etwas. Die Toiletten.
I went through a phase where I thought moms were robots.
And were they?
Well, technically it's never been disproved. So,
Please, my parents basically were robots. I went through a phase where I thought all robots were pretty down.
you know what? I can compare Pickles personality over any weird white working class nostalgia any day.
Oh, we used to party at Henry's service station all the time.
Oh, we know. Actually, Pax...
Hey, boss.
So, am I interrupting?
Actually, we're
Not at
talking.
all. I wanted to talk to you. You kicked ass today, Pax. I'm really happy I met you. Also, you, of course. Both of you. All of you.
We all kick butt out there.
I'm
But-
almost tempted to stick around just to fight alongside you guys again.
You're leaving? Man, we could really use you in this fight.
I can't give up on O. Even though her trail's dead, she's out there somewhere and she may need my help. Although, CT may be my best and only lead to where to go next. She says she has no information about Ophelia. But maybe if we spend more time together, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I also don't want to be a burden on you guys.
You won't be a burden.
Thank you, Ziggy.
How did it feel to meet the caretaker again?
You know, I'd completely forgotten about her until I saw her today. Remember, I was just a little kid, but CT was always nice to me. I remember that. She was programmed to care for us. I don't blame her for anything that happened. Maybe it was a bit unsettling to suddenly see her again, but no more than being back in that place. And maybe CT knows something that can lead me to O.
Wer ist O?
What do you remember of your friend Ophelia?
When the school shut down,
Ophelia.
O and I were separated. They sent me to a justice academy in the Heartlands to become a good little soldier boy. Maybe she was shipped to another school. If they knew about her abilities, we were both careful. We never told the custodians about what we could do or use words in front of them. They thought we were both failed experiments like most of the other kids. To be honest, all I had to go on was our old school. I have no idea where to go next. At least I found the doll and CT, your caretaker unit. That's more than I had before, I guess.
Seems like you have a complicated history with the writers.
You could say that. Patsy and I were together for a few months, and I thought we were just having fun. When I got a solid lead on the location of my old school, I just left with Patsy's old bike. I thought she'd be cool with it. I understand now how that hurt her. She wanted more, and I broke her heart. I honestly wouldn't mind going back once I found O. Not to be with Patsy. I don't think we're a good match, but to be a Horn Rider again. I enjoyed it. They're good people. Maybe I can even stop them from assaulting innocent travelers.
Do you really believe all that stuff about the asphalt god?
Pax, come on, seriously?
I do. It wasn't bullshit. The story I told earlier, Bitu Man did appear to me. He did save my life. Like I said, I tell no lies.
Don't you think it's more likely the heat and hunger cause you to hallucinate and it's just dumb luck the writers found you?
Jesus, Pax.
If he came to me in a vision and that vision saved my life, what's the difference? Whether I believe it was luck or faith that saved me, the outcome's the same. I survived.
I guess there's none. And if I'm willing to ascribe something to luck, I may as well ascribe it to some nomadic tarmac god.
Pax.
Given that you're a fellow traveler, you might find some value in his ways, even if you're not a believer.
You're right, Eli. We could learn a thing or two from you, because there's a lot we don't get about the Horned Riders.
They're a good bunch, honestly. Just misunderstood. Thanks to all the highway robbery.
So, that toy from your old room, it looks a whole lot like your conjuring of the asphalt god.
That's why I joined the Riders. My vision of the tar dude looked almost exactly like the doll O made for me. The tar dude brought me to them. Same way he brought me to you. He'll lead me to Ophelia. I'm sure of it.
I picked this up in Liberty.
That's cute. What is it?
Jane of the Void. Some of the women in Liberty, well, I mean, most of them, but not moms, because they were Catholic. Well, at least Rosa was. Not so much Annie, but... Okay, but the women, right? They'd worship... Okay, worship is the wrong word. It's more like commune with...
Whoa! Slow down, Z. You lost me. Liberty, moms, what women?
Jeez, yeah, it's a lot. You know what? I'll tell you later. So, we grew up in this place called Liberty, and recently people there, all women, by the way, began praying to Jane of the Void. She's a deity who protects rural communities, kind of like your Bitterman. They built this giant effigy, and they'd leave offerings in the forest, and there were daily prayers. Anyway, this is her, Jane of the Void. Or at least an effigy of her, made for children. Thank you, Pax. This is actually meaningful to me.
Cool. Maybe your Jane hangs out with my tar dude.
Do you know how you got your Vox? Your word powers?
Sort of. I was so young. They put me in the whispering room for hours and hours. They did that to all of us, over and over again. And they asked us to say stuff, to see if we were shoutmen or deviants, anomals. O was the one who realized I could make people believe anything I told them. And she told me to hide it, pretend I couldn't, to stop them from sending me away. There were kids who didn't hide it, and they just vanished.
I'm going to stretch my legs, but thanks for the chat, Eli. It was illuminating.
Look, my sister's just happy to have found someone who can kick ass in a fight. I don't blame her.
And I do hope you choose to stick around.
Thank you, ma'am.
Like I was trying to say... Oh, we know. Actually, Pax lit that place on fire
Mit
before
ihm müssen wir mal reden.
Check out the stars.
Mit
So
Ziel.
many.
Sorry.
About time you came over.
Do you believe there is intelligent life out there?
I don't believe there's intelligent life here. Speaking of,
Wahre Worte.
did you notice something off with Sai? You're getting odd vibes is what I'm saying.
I'm sure it's nothing. But let me know if you see or sense anything. I want to nip things in the bud before they blow up.
Prime bud nipping time. I'm sure it's fine. Anyone would be stressed out after a day like this. Well, my day was pretty dull. I slept late and then was held hostage by a bunch of surprisingly polite post-apocalypse cosplayers. You had a whole big adventure. Even caught yourself a cutie. It appears I might have some competition for your carnal attentions.
Cutie, huh? You don't seriously think I'm looking to...
No. No, you don't stand a chance. The new sexy is remarkably cheerful for someone who spent their formative years in justice chains. I thought my origin story was bad. Caught up in the broadcast while vacationing with my parents, but his is worse. Do you believe justice is breeding their own Anomale army?
Do you remember much of the broadcast?
Oh, God, no. Nothing. I was 7, living in a cocoon of luxury. I do remember being afraid, people screaming, but my father got us out of the Republic and back to Hong Kong in a day. It's amazing what money can do. We never spoke of it. They split up soon after. My father moved back to England. My mother rediscovered gin. And I didn't even realize that I had powers until I was in boarding school. As Anomale origin stories go, it's not very exciting. The stars really are spectacular out here. I don't think I've ever seen them like this. Makes me miss city life a lot less. When this is all over, we should go stargazing. Somewhere with decent table service.
Do you miss us?
Do you?
That's not an answer. But, yeah, I guess I do.
Huh. Isn't it obvious? I wasn't the one who ended things. This time. Anyway, feel free to leave. I'm sure others would appreciate a moment of your time. What are you doing?
Getting more comfortable? Do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Ja. Ui, Abendessen. Und nach dem Abendessen müssen wir noch ein bisschen proben.
So, Eli's staying?
For the time being, seeing as I have no idea where O may be. I figured I'd go with you and see where the road takes me.
Hey, caretaker? The caretaker? Or,
Technically, it's the caretaker. But it's a title I shared with 17 other units, so I'm not precious about it.
Caretaker, comma, the.
Huh?
please, call me the Mr. Caretaker is my father.
You guys really like your own jokes.
Yeah, and it never ends, and Theo understands about a third of them, maybe?
It's the puns. I understand the puns.
You've got to read on us real quick, Z.
To be fair, we're pretty easy to read.
Anyway, the caretaker, I've got questions. Do you know Henry and Betty? Mary and Mikey? What's the lore? What's your deal, huh?
I'm sorry, but Justice didn't give us bespoke backstories like the ones Henry and Betty have.
I'm just gonna say, I'm surprised Justice decided to reprogram standard labor robots for the caretaker program. I mean, they have custom-made